Hello, welcome back to Auto Alex Cars. As you can see, Rory, Taylor and I have brought our £1,500 performance cars back together to find out which of these amazing little motors is the best one. Before we do that though, Rory, what is life like with a £1,500 high mileage BMW Z4 3 litre coupe manual?
Reliable is the word I would come to mind.
Are you sure?
No problems with it at all. It's just been working. Don't know.
Why is there an engine light, another warning light, an ABS light on?
That would be because it's £1,500 for a reason.
So all it needs is a full restoration then.
Taylor, £1,300 is what you paid for your Mini. What's life like?
It is fantastic. I daily drive my Mini. It's been good on fuel, comfortable, fun. It's just brilliant.
And you haven't spent a penny on it?
I've done a few bits to it, I'll be honest. Not because it broke. It was when you done the video and the Steve drove it. Yeah. He said that the clutch got a little bit hot. Yeah. So I changed that.
That's a small job on the Mini to do that.
Just a couple of minutes, 20 minutes.
A couple of minutes to take an engine
20
out?
minutes. Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
And just a timing change.
Your Mini isn't even the same car that you actually bought then?
Yeah. There's two things I've done on it which are serviceable items, Rory.
Do you know what, Taylor? I think we can both agree. At least our cars aren't boring.
Which brings me on to my MX-5.
Nice.
which is not boring because I paid £1,500 for it and it's an MX-5. And as we all know, the MX-5 is the best sports car, the best selling sports car in the world. And they really perfected the formula with the Mark III, which is why it's good looking,
Wrong.
fast,
Wrong.
powerful.
Wrong. This car, realistically, has got the engine from a Ford Focus in it.
Great car.
It's boring, it's ugly, it's bland, it's slow, it's got a wobbly chassis, which is why the windscreen is cracked. These cars are only ever good when you modify them, which this one is not.
It's unmolested. That's why this is worth a lot more. Also, you may see that I've tightened this car up quite a bit. I've inserted a new wing mirror,
Which is incorrect for this car because it's from a pre-facelift and it's blue.
but the biggest change that you will see with Lindsay is that she is no longer green and grimy. All the berries have been washed away, which is why she is easily now a £10,000 Mark III MX-5.
Well, it's definitely not worth 10 grand, but how did you do that, Alex?
Funny you should ask. Check this out. Right, so because this is literally the dirtiest car I've ever bought, I'm going to bring you guys along for the ride and get it cleaned up, ready for track battle. And I'm going to start by blasting all of these nuts, berries and grime away so I can see what I've got to work with. Now that the MX-5 is rinsed off, I'm going to use Armour All ceramic range that you can buy now at Halfords to transform Lindsay from this into this. Lindsay is now looking a million times better, but I'm not done yet because I need to protect the exterior, which I'm going to do with this stuff. Armour All Shield ceramic spray coating is super easy to use. Simply spray on and wipe off. What's more, Armour All Shield ceramic spray coating traps dirt, road salt and other contaminants in water droplets to help keep your car cleaner for longer. But no glow up would be complete without hitting the interior too. After all, that's not been cleaned for 6 years. So I'm going to fix Lindsay up with Armour All Shield ceramic leather treatment and cleaner. Again, it's simply a matter of spraying on and wiping off. This stain repellent leather cleaner gives your seats a non-greasy look and feel. What's more, it also blocks UV and helps repel dirt and grime. So there you have it, 6 years worth of grime gone in a matter of hours and Lindsay's paintwork protected for up to 100 washes. Happy days. So for our first challenge, we took our cars to the dyno to see whose had lost or gained the most horsepower since it left the factory. Which is why you join us back at Surrey Rolling Road, owned by my good friend, Charlie. How you doing? Good to see you.
Tremendous.
Very good, very good. So we are going to be putting this Mini on the dyno, then we're going to be putting Rory's Z4, and then my beautiful, fully restored MX-5 on the dyno as well. We're going to start with this, as you can see. Charlie, what do you think of it?
Well, in any normal circumstances, I quite like these, but since you brought it, it's going to be f***ed.
Yes, indeed. It's actually Taylor's car, so it's going to be double f***ed.
And I bought it, so it's going to be even worse.
So, Howell, what did these come out of the factory with?
About 160 something, I think.
Okay, but we know that this has got a few little tickly
standard.
tuning. Right. It's been tickled a wee bit.
Standard.
What are your predictions of this?
I have had a brief spec sheet and concluded that it's probably f***ed.
Cool. Okay, well, let's get it on the dyno and then see how fucked this little is.
There's a lot of bleeps in this bit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bleeps.
You can never have too much.
Can you say minge on the telly?
That's really very disappointing.
Isn't it?
It's actually quite good.
You didn't try hard enough.
I know, I can't use any swear words.
215.6
Look how
brake.
smooth it is.
That is really nice.
The fueling is absolutely spot on. We need to remember that this was modified. So
it's standard.
Therefore, the element of cheating, you know, if we assume that actually it originally came out of the factory with 163 horsepower or whatever it was, and with the modifications have added 50, I would say that we're probably too overstock.
Right, okay. Anyway, shall we get this off and then get the Z4 on?
This car is like losing your virginity. Fun and yet slightly disappointing.
So what's this meant to do?
260 out of the factory.
260.
No, I thought it's 268.
260.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's 265.
265.
I think it was actually wheel spinning because the tyres are so shit on the rear that you couldn't put the power down.
It's not got enough power to make it wheel spin.
In your face. Anyway, should we get a real car on the dyno?
But it's the one out there because all I can see is a shitty MX-5, Alex.
Thank you very much. The man's not wrong.
This is the sound of Taylor backing up.
Very funny.
So what? Well, this makes what, 130 we said, right? 130.
I think something in the region of 158, yeah.
We'll go with 158. Brake horsepower.
Be nice to see over 150.
Well, we definitely will.
It didn't even sound good,
That's because we've all got, it's very noisy in here.
but it just sounded rubbish.
Right? That is strong.
What's it supposed to make?
158. 5 off.
So you've lost 5 brake.
I think you win this round. I come second, you come third. So we are now going to move on. We're going to say thank you again, Charlie. If you want to get your car dynoed, then you know where to come because the service, as ever, has just been exceptional and you come away feeling so good about your life.
Please don't come again soon.
Thanks, Charlie. Bye.
Right, where's the nearest drive-through?
So after Taylor's dominant victory in Challenge 1, we hit the road and began our trip up to Wales. And it was on this journey that Challenge 2 would take place, an MPG challenge.
Okay, right, so we have just topped up our cars, and remember, this is an MPG challenge, so the essence here is to drive as economically as possible. I'm in a 2-litre MX-5, so I've actually got my aircon on because I know that I'm going to win this one.
Yeah, I've got my working air conditioning on as well. It's definitely working air conditioning.
Yeah, my aircon doesn't work either, but I've got a lovely panoramic sunroof, which I will definitely be having open for the entirety of this journey. And it doesn't matter about aerodynamic drag because my car will be the best on fuel because it's a 1.6.
With a supercharger, and superchargers are working all of the time.
Rory, he's probably at about 10,000 RPM by now, so let's speed up to 70 or 70. I mean 70. No more than 70.
I agree with you, Taylor. I'm really bored of this, and let's get up to 70 because I have a feeling that might give us more of a chance.
All right, sunroof's open. Let's hit it!
Right, so guys, we've been driving for what, like half an hour, 45 minutes? We haven't had a little check-in, an MPG check-in, according to the trip computers. So why don't we all reveal our numbers so far?
I'm not too bothered. I mean, I've just been driving at normal speeds with my sunroof open, listening to music and not bothering about MPG.
Well, if you don't care about it, then what are your numbers?
My gauge is showing 44.8 miles to the gallon.
Oh!
Right, well, what's yours showing then?
No, Rory, you first in the super economical, super slippery Z4.
3-litre 6-cylinder Z4. I'm getting 46.3 according to my dash.
Ow! Oh!
Your dashboard is broken. It's giving you nothing but bollocks.
Oh wow, and there was me thinking that your cars were more economical. Well, all I can say is, oh!
Wow, the car with the engine out of a Ford Focus, 150 horsepower, dreary lawnmower engine can get better MPG. Great achievement.
Well, that's 3 points for me then, isn't it?
Well, you haven't even told us what you're actually getting.
Right, Taylor and Rory, I, in the Mazda MX-5 Ford Focus Lawnmower Edition, am currently seeing 48.1 mpg.
An extra 4 miles to the gallon. Wow!
After a quick stop at a petrol station to refill our cars again, the pumps confirmed what we already knew. My little MX-5 was the most frugal with an impressive 50 mpg, with Rory's Z4 coming in a close second ahead of Taylor. These results now meant that the leaderboard looked like this as we headed into Wales.
Right, so we have just hit a nice little Welsh B Road, and as we know, the MX-5 really shines on a B Road. It doesn't really do speed very well because remember, I've only got a little 4-cylinder 2-litre engine, but around corners, that is where you get proper fun factor with a car like this, because you can chuck it in. You've got a nice little lithe handling chassis that just loves to be thrown through corners. It is good fun. It is currently way too wallowy. It's also really noisy in here, but even at kind of low speeds, you know, 60 miles an hour on a B road, this is great fun and also very hard to beat. Guys, what are your cars like on this awesome little road?
I've got to say, I'm calling it. This is the car to have on this type of road. The gear shifts are great, the engine still pulls really well, even though it is 15 horsepower down. It looks the bollocks, it goes really good. I love it! I absolutely love this thing.
This car is just so good. I absolutely adore driving this thing. And it makes the best noise out of all of them. I love it.
Well, I've booked us an absolutely lovely hotel with a spa, lads. So, shall we head over there now?
The spa sounds nice. I'd like to get in the spa and do nights.
After a well-deserved sleep and spa session, we were up bright and early to head to Pembroke Circuit for our next challenge, which would see us all swap cars to determine which one was the most fun.
Okay, so I am currently in Taylor's 1.6 supercharged Mini Cooper S. Historically, I haven't ever really liked Minis. I don't know why. I've got a thing about them that I don't like, but this is one of those cars. And here on Pembroke Circuit, I am going to see if it changes my mind. And first impressions of this car, well, that supercharger noise is worth 1,300 quid alone. It does feel really good. There is a reason that people say, oh, it handles like a go-kart. What they're trying to say is that the suspension is nice and firm, the steering is really quick, and because it's got such a short wheelbase, it is really, really good fun to chuck about. Would I have one? No.
Oh, it does sound nice. Seating position's really nice. The chair is very comfortable. The throttle response is lovely. The gear change is really nice. Even after 205,000 miles, it feels as tight as a drum. What doesn't feel as tight as a drum is the steering. Oh, the back end comes out quite nicely as well. I just wish Rory would hurry up in this MX-5.
We'll take the corner quite sharply. It goes around it. It is a bit wallowy. It does just feel so much slower than the other two cars. This is just so slow. It's got no pace. I mean, the view's nice. Got lovely fields around here. It's just so boring.
All right then, this is more familiar territory for me. I need to get the seat forward first, hold on.
I don't know if you can see it in the footage, but the GoPro is wobbling quite a lot because it's attached to the windscreen, which is wobbling quite a lot.
Oh, it's just so much better already. Oh, how could anyone not like that supercharger whine? It is addictive.
This is very nice. Out of the box, fantastic for road driving, track driving, any driving you want to do. This is fantastic. Also, super, super refined. I'm used to the MX-5. Just, you hear everything. It does get quite grating.
It feels quite wobbly, I must admit. Like, it rolls. Wow, it rolls so much. It's like being on the channel, on a ferry. Oh, the understeer.
They just got it right. They got everything about this car right. The supercharger wind, the way that it handles. Admittedly, this Mini is not stock. It does have a smaller supercharger pulley. It's got coilovers on. But that one, I don't even feel like even if you put some mods on it, it'd be good.
It just needs more power. Come on.
All right, then, what do you think, Tay? Was it as boring as I thought it was?
It was all right. It was a bit bland.
What are we talking about? The Z4?
No,
It's a bit wallowy. It's a bit wallowy and a bit boring.
That is not boring. This is boring.
Okay, right, we need to do scores. We need to talk scores now. Okay, I think we can all agree.
Yeah.
On track, probably. Mini is going to be the most fun. Hence, 3 points for the Mini. 2 points for the Z4 and 1 point for the MX-5.
What is the point
Because
for?
it's here!
This is here. And
You
that.
get 3 points! Right, okay. Shall we move on to the next challenge?
The next part of our trip is to go to Gospel Pass, which we did yesterday, but he went to the wrong bit, so now we're going to go and do it
And
again.
you broke down before we got there.
I didn't break down.
Insert clip. Insert clip.
Apparently I'm overheating.
Oh, f***. Oh, f***. Why is it always Taylor's car?
Very unfunny.
No, Taylor, you're pissing.
Yeah, I know, it's where it's come out the lid. Why do I always have a breakdown on these trips?
I think they're trying to find out where the coolant is leaking from, but it's not looking good. Although, yeah? Okay.
So after challenge 3, our standings now look like this. However, before setting off to Gospel Pass, I put a post out on Instagram asking you whose car looked best. The results of which, unsurprisingly, rewarded Rory 3 points, Taylor 2, and me a measly 1. That left our scores now sitting like this. Anyway, let's get over to the driving wonder that is Gospel Pass.
£1,500 I paid for this. Drove it all the way from my place in London to Wales, and here we are on one of the best B roads that I've been on in a very, very long time. I'm loving all of these undulations, the tight twists and turns. And you know what? I really like the MX-5 for this. I've got the roof down. Sure, I don't have a lot of power, but this road is not a power road. It is a little handling road. The scenery is stunning. And you know what? I think for the first time, I'm not wishing that I'm in either the Z4 or the Mini.
This road is just something else. I love this little car so much. It's been absolutely fantastic on this trip. The noise, the way it looks, the practicality, it's not even been that bad on fuel. It just goes to show how much fun 1,500 quid can get you.
But these three cars, to do a trip like this, it's been amazing. I've loved every moment of it, except for when Taylor broke down.
This is a proper good way to end the trip, isn't it? And remember, yesterday we left from London and Worcester and Hertfordshire, and here we are on the Gospel Pass, smashing our little troopers around, and this road is fantastic.
Do you know what? I can't think of a better way to spend 1,500 quid than to come here in these cars with my best mates and just have a great laugh. Oh, hang on, cyclists. Look at these fuckers.
Okay, so the current scores are Taylor has 9 points, Rory has 8 points, and I have 7 points in the Mark III Mazda MX-5. So it all comes down to this. the Gospel Pass. And I think we can all agree 3 points for the MX-5, 2 points
Rubbish!
It's absolute shit.
Rubbish!
which means that we've all...
Where did you get that from? I saw you wallowing your way across the Gospel Pass. Your suspension was going.
I was having a lot of fun.
Yours was slapping across on the ground. It was rubbish.
All right, maybe it was slapping across the ground, but I didn't bottom out, did I, Rory? Unlike your car,
Mine didn't bottom out
you
either.
got down to the bottom and you said,
mine
oh,
didn't
I've definitely lost a
You
bit.
were like, oh, well, my car's going to shine here because my suspension's soft. Rubbish. You don't want soft suspension here. I wasn't bottoming out. It was great. In fact, my brakes got hot because I had to keep braking behind you because you're going so bloody
Because you couldn't keep up.
You were going so slow. I was right behind you. I had to keep touching the brakes.
So anyway, I think, again, we're going to have to agree to disagree and leave the final vote over to you. Obviously, I think Taylor's car may be winning, but...
Only
which
by
car-
cheating, though.
Only by cheating.
It's not cheating. It's just...
Stop! Just stop, okay? Which of these 3 cars wins your vote for a road trip like this? Wales, we have dominated. All the cars have made it just because you overheated yesterday. Let's not forget, minus points for
Minus
overheating.
points, and minus points for cheating. Because he only run the engine power because his engine's been modified, because he spent loads of money on the car.
Excuse me, it was bought like that. So
The long and short of it is, if you come to Gospel Pass, then be careful, buy yourself a cheap car and have fun with your friends. I think from us, thank you very much for watching. Thank you also to Armour All for sponsoring this episode, because as you can see, my car is now very clean. And according to Luke, it's worth $7,995. It'll be going for sale soon. So hit me up in the comments below if you want to buy Lindsay, okay?
I'm not selling mine because it's brilliant and I love it.
And on that note, we're going to head home. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Goodbye.